When David Hyde Pierce confirmed that he wouldn't be reprising his role on the rebooted Frasier, fans were left wondering, what will happen to Niles? Will he stay in Seattle, or was he unceremoniously killed off? A recent episode of the reboot finally gave us an answer. Fans of highbrow humor rejoiced when it was announced that Frasier was coming back to Paramount+. However, it wasn't all good news, as it also came to light that David Hyde Pierce would not reprise the part of Frasier's brother Niles, citing his desire not to repeat the same old roles. However, Niles is still an integral component of this universe, so it only makes sense for the reboot to address what happened to him and whether he's even alive. Frasier viewers can rest easy. Niles is still alive, so the chance of at least a cameo materializing in the new show is still on the table. However, fans would be forgiven for wondering if Niles bit the dust at some point, because the reboot has kept mum on what exactly went down between him and Frasier. The new season contains a moment when Olivia mentions a sibling rivalry, to which Frasier responds,
"I am familiar with the dynamic."
Frasier's response could hint at the fact that the two simply aren't on speaking terms, which would explain why Niles isn't around and why Frasier doesn't talk about him much. But seeing how Frasier spends time with Niles' son, David, and David hasn't mentioned anything about his father passing away, it's safe to say Niles is out there somewhere. Given his status as a beloved sitcom character, it also makes sense that Niles wouldn't be killed off in the new Frasier series. While David Hyde Pierce may not want to make a habit of returning to old roles, he may be up for a small appearance down the line. After all, the original Frasier lasted for 11 seasons, so hopefully the revival will stick around for a while. However, in the universe of the show, it's kind of sad to think that Frasier and Niles are no longer close. If Niles had died on Frasier, the characters could have moved on, but as it stands, there's a huge hole missing on the rebooted series. And now that Frasier is spending time with Niles' son, it's even weirder if he never comes around. The two could remain estranged within the series if Pierce is adamantly against returning, which would be a sad end for the brothers. And it sort of shows how Frasier can never make any familial relationships last. The revival sees him move to Boston, mostly so that he can reconnect with his own son, Freddie. Frasier never had a chance to get close to him before, and it may have come at the expense of his relationship with his brother taking a turn for the worse. Of course, it would be incredibly cathartic for fans to see Niles again. The show could address why things may have turned frosty between the brothers and even see them reconcile. Niles doesn't have to move to Boston with everyone, but just one episode of Frasier and Niles joking around would be delightful. However, if you miss seeing Pierce on screen, he has a new series to watch. He stars as Paul Child in the series Julia, streaming on Max. The 2022 drama covers the fruitful life of American celebrity chef Julia Child. Season 2 premiered in November 2023, but due to the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike, you likely haven't heard much about the series. So now is a better time than ever to see how Pierce portrays Julia's husband and creative partner, as we wait to see what future Niles has on the small screen.